Hey guys, today you are going to be doing your typographic letters. So you're going to be creating letters using other words, images, etc. They will look something similar to, not that, this. So here's an A, B, C, etc. The images and stuff within the letter do not have to start with the letter, but the words should. So let's start off by opening up Photoshop and creating a new document. It needs to be 8 by 10 inches, not pixels. So I want my width to be 8, my height to be 10, I want resolution to be 300. Press OK. Now I've already gone in and I've downloaded some dingbat fonts, and I have downloaded some other fonts. So I'm going to show you some easy ways to use your type and some things that you can do to rasterize it and stuff, so that way it works really well. So I am going to start off by picking up my type tool and picking a very simple font. I'm going to use Rockwell, and I'm going to do the letter D. And then I'm going to free transform that, Command T. And I'm going to fill my paper quite well. I'm going to zoom out. Command minus zooms out if you haven't used that already. It's probably Command plus and Command minus are the two shortcuts I use the most. And I'm going to hit enter. Now, this is a huge letter. It takes up most of my space. If I were to use the type tool again, if I try to like type on there, it's just going to go back to that D. So what I really actually need to do, because we're essentially going to get rid of this, I'm going to go over up to layer, and I am going to go to rasterize. You could pick type. I just do layer. It's easy. Now it is no longer a type layer. It is, I'm going to move my layers over here. I don't like them over there. It's now just a normal layer. And I am actually going to go in and I'm going to color overlay that white for now. I could have made it white. Then I'm going to add a stroke to that. Make it a little bit bigger so I can see it. I'm going to press OK. So now I have this template. Now I can create text layers. I have downloaded some dingbat fonts as well as another like kind of graffiti-esque font, and I'm going to type Day of the Dead in here. Now that's huge. That doesn't quite work, so I am going to make it smaller. And I actually want to wrap this maybe around here like so. There's lots of different ways I can do that. This first way that I'm going to show you is I'm going to go back to my type and I'm going to just warp it. I'm going to do an arc. That's a really big arc because it's a really big word. I don't want it bent that much. I want only like that. I'm going to press OK. I'm going to Command T. And I'm going to rotate that. See how that fits within here. Make it smaller. That works for me for today. Remember, you can do this in color. I might arc it just maybe a little bit less, so it follows that curve just a little bit more. Probably should have rotated it before I arced it. There we go. That fits much better. So now I have the Day of the Dead in here, and I have also downloaded some dingbat fonts, which are up here in the D's. right here, which accidentally just switched my actual layer to that because I was actually on it. If you get worried about accidentally doing that, you can always rasterize that layer as well. So that way you don't have to worry about accidentally clicking on that and accidentally changing it. So I know that I have to have cap locks on for these to work. And now I have a skull, and I'm going to zoom in. Again, this can be in color, so I might actually change this sugar skull, give it a gradient overlay or something so it looks a little wilder. And then I'm going to fill up my areas with different sugar skulls, with different things like that. Now here's what I'm going to do. I am just going to duplicate this layer. Command J duplicates it, and I'm going to go over here and actually I didn't really need to. It was every other letter, I believe. Here's another one. I don't really like that one. If I were on the web page right now, I would know what letters worked for this. I like that one. And remember, we're using these because they work really well with that. I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to type day dead one more time. I'm going to change that font back to a different, I'm going to change it to a different font completely. We'll do Friday Night Lights, even though that's really not a good font for this. And I'm going to free transform it. Now I could also liquefy this layer so it curves with different things. I can do that by rasterizing the layer. And then I go up to filter and I go into liquefy. And now I can move this around. I use the liquefy brush a lot to do different, ooh, that's huge. Now I can kind of smush it or do whatever I want to it. Not too much because I still want to be able to read it. Press OK. And T it again. Move that right here. Then I will keep adding sugar skulls, adding words if I want to into this. And then I will show you the last step in a different video.